and welcome to another episode of Chefs and Showhomes. I'm your host, Kristen Reed, and today we are in Pacesetter's Showhome in Eastbrook. I am lucky enough to have Milton and Louise from Skye Cafe today. So how are you guys?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming. I'm excited to have you on the show. So can you tell me about Skye Cafe? Where can people find you, and what kind of dishes do you serve?
We are at the Saskatchewan Science Centre. We are on the south facing. You see the pretty garden, that's us. And yeah, we have been there for 2 years. Our cuisine is very, very simple, approachable, fresh, clean, exciting. And yeah, we make everything in-house. We try and grow a lot of our herbs and work with local producers.
Okay. Yeah, you guys have a beautiful garden out there. Who's the green thumb in the relationship here?
well, it's all her, yeah.
Oh, good.
But she researches, she reads, and she decides, and then I take the credit for it.
Oh, good. Typical husband, right? But I love how you have all of your artwork displayed in the restaurant. The stained glass windows you've painted, like that's a really nice feature there. But what's your favorite dish to prepare?
It's a ravioli we're gonna do today.
Oh, perfect. That's good. And you guys make all of your pasta in-house, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And then you grow most of the ingredients in your garden.
Yeah, we do our best to grow ingredients, but we also work with local farmers and local producers. It's always fun, and you can see all the ingredients, so it's so much fun.
Yeah, it's a beautiful little restaurant there. And so you guys are open for lunch, right?
We are open from Tuesday to Sunday,
okay.
10 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Then we do private events, private dinners in the evening. So it's like groups of 15 to 55.
Right, lots of catering, right?
And that's custom menus. We work with whatever the guest wants.
Oh, perfect. And so now, Louise, you're from China and you're from India. How did you guys end up in Regina, Saskatchewan with a restaurant?
Well, I won't lie to you. I mean, we came here with a 1-year goal, and then we fell in love with this place. So we were in Edmonton. We met in Edmonton. We are both cooks. We love cooking, carving food. And now Louise is taking it to the next level. She's putting the art on the plate. Yeah, it started as a dream. It became an expensive hobby, but we love it because everything has to be perfect at Skye.
Yeah.
We have a fantastic team, and we share the same vision. So
that's really important for sure. How long have you guys been open now?
2 years.
2 years?
2 years, yeah.
Oh, good. And so now your restaurant is named after your oldest daughter, right?
Skye. Yes.
Skye, perfect. Okay.
And Skye does take it to the next level. She goes around the park telling all the kids who are playing in the park that I'm the boss of the place.
That's hilarious.
So it's pretty cute.
Ambassador. That's my restaurant. Oh, that's really cool. All right, so you guys are preparing vegan ravioli. Okay, very good. So should we get started?
Yes.
Right.
And it has to be quick because this is a fresh pasta, and we roll it really, really thin.
Okay.
So inside the pasta we have, it's a vegan ravioli, so there's no butter, there's no cheese. Even when Louise made the menu, there is no eggs in it.
Okay.
The only thing that is inside it is pine nuts and wild mushroom, and we put a little bit of aromatic vegetables, that's onion, carrot, celery, to give the flavor, a little bit of garlic. And then while that is being done, I've been sauteing a little bit of veg in a little bit of olive oil. We got a sauce that we have made out of roasted cauliflower and cashew. So the cashew gives the body for it, so it substitutes the cream. We put a little bit of almond milk in it. So while that happens, it's such an easy dish.
Okay.
The idea at Skye is to keep everything in that 5 family. So we try and do around 10 things on the menu: 5 white wines, 5 red wines, 5 beers, 5 coffees. Even the dish has 5 ingredients on each plate. So we try, because we cooks are notorious, you give us 5 extra seconds and we distort the plate by putting more. So it's 5 textures, 5 colors, 5 flavors. So everything is, so it's ingredient forward, and it is simple, and it tastes great.
Experience, yeah.
We try it before we put it out on the menus, and we critique each other a lot, right? So.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, good. I do have a couple extra questions about this ravioli, though. You said that there's no flour. There's no.
There is flour. There is flour, and then we put spinach juice in it. We puree spinach and fresh herbs.
Okay.
So it does give a flavor.
How do you get it to stick together if there's no eggs or butter?
We just put water on it, and it's how you roll it, how you press it.
Okay.
And the key is, it's done. So It's possible.
It's
And we
possible.
do a lot of these. We probably do around 500 raviolis a week, 8 or 10 on each plate, and yeah, they sell fast.
Yeah. And do you guys change your menu seasonally?
Louise is notorious with it. She likes to change every 3 months, every 2 months, and we see the response that we get from our customers, and we go with that feedback. And again, we want to put something new because our menu is so small. We need to have new things, but then there are some staples that have been there for a while. So this ravioli has been on our menu for ever since we opened, but we changed the filling and changed the sauce for summer and winter. So in summer it goes to a pesto that we make out of kale and mint, as Louise says. So it's fresh, and the inside of it changes as well. We put cauliflower inside, but the dough remains the same. I've been cooking for almost 30 years, and this is my 10th country, and I feel this as the most comfortable I ever got.
That's great. I love that. I love that you guys are bringing like the art and then the fresh food and then the fine cuisine. I love that you're bringing that all together in your restaurant. So while this cooks, I've got Dave here from Pacesetter who's going to give us the home tour. So we're going to start this tour off in the master bedroom. So I have Dave here from Pacesetter who's going to give us a tour and tell us a little bit more about the house. So Dave, can you tell me a little bit more about Pacesetter and the history?
Yeah, sure. So Pacesetter Homes is part of the Qualico family, and Qualico is a large developer in Western Canada and a little bit in the U.S. And they started actually, over 65 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, and in Western Canada, we developed last year, I think, over 3,000 residential units.
Great, yeah. So tell me a little bit more about this house now.
Yeah, so this home we designed right from scratch.
Okay.
So, there were things that we've discovered, and like the master bedroom, for example, it's a good size, but it's not huge, right? So what we find is that people would rather take the square footage and dedicate it to the areas that actually functionally change their life or improve their life, right? So.
Right.
For example, this walk-in closet is bigger than, most people's bedrooms. And,
Life-changing.
Yeah, there you go. I say the comments we get is, oh God, is that going to be expensive to fill? But again, I've never heard any, especially, I don't want to stereotype, but,
Yeah.
any ladies come in and say, oh, that master bedroom, that closet, that's too big.
I'll never fill it.
No, I was going to say, you'll never hear that, right?
Yeah.
So, we try to have people that they can spoil themselves, the master closet being one of them, right? This is a move-up type of house for somebody, right? It's around 2,000 square feet, right? So typically it's not a first home for somebody, so they're moving up, and we're trying to provide some amenity and some things that they don't have in the current home, right? And maybe they're, mid-40s and they got 2 kids, and that's really who this was designed for. And in addition to the walk-in closet, the ensuite, has a really large shower. It's got a nice soaker tub. It's got his and her sinks. It's got, the toilets in its own room. Some of those things that you wouldn't see, say in a home built 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
Right. So, and again, the ensuite is probably as, almost as big as the master bedroom. But here you sleep, there you actually functionally use that every day, right? You get,
Exactly.
The shower, the tub. Those are things you do every day. So we try to spoil people that way.
Yeah, and that's really smart too. So besides the floor plan, what other considerations do you take in terms of design?
Yeah, this particular home, and again, we fashion it, we call it a modern take on French country.
Okay.
Yeah, so what we try to do is, when you think of French country in a farmhouse, there's some of those details, like, the detailing over the doors, the doors for all the bedroom. Yeah, when you see that, that is very traditional, kind of take you back.
Yeah.
On the main floor, again, in the kitchen, with the white cabinets, with the clear glass to be able, to show some of your things in the kitchen. The whole color design here is all very, very soft, right? So you say, as you look around, you're not going to see, a purple wall or, lime green wall or anything.
Right,
So,
yeah. Oh, good. And so now, in terms of the design itself, do you guys decide that in the office? Would buyers work with a designer?
Yeah, we have Erica Honaway. Actually, we partner together. So again, we contract Erica, and Erica is available, and we work very closely with each other. we're trying to appeal to, lots of people,
Right.
So you don't want to get so unique that you're going to turn people off and go like, oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and
Right.
scare them
So,
away.
yeah, and I think we've accomplished that here with our design. So
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, and because too, you guys build a lot of spec homes too, so you have to have it
we do.
available.
Yeah, exactly. Again, you're trying to appeal. When somebody really, really personalizes something, you want to make sure that they're going to be in there for a long time, right? Because as you personalize things, sometimes that can even hurt market value.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
that all the time.
So you want to appeal, and again, I think we can do it in a very tasteful way, and have a very elegant home, which we've accomplished here.
Yeah, and I definitely think you have. It is a beautiful home.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
yeah, so we're gonna take another look around and see some more of this property here. We touched on it briefly before, but floor plans have changed over the years. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're seeing on your side of things?
Yeah, for sure. For example, we're sitting here in a bonus area, and some people call it a flex space.
Right.
Right. And flex space is probably a better descriptor because, on this particular show home, we did it as a kid space, and what we're finding is, and I don't want to say the old days again, but in previous, people used to do, develop their basements, and again, there was a lot more single story or bungalow plans, and now we're seeing because some of the challenges we've had with development costs and such is that you're seeing probably 90% two stories, right? So,
Right.
So what people are finding is because parents are on the upper floor, and if you develop the basement, then your kids are 2 floors away, really, right? So what's kind of happened is this is like a kid space, so that it gives the parents comfort, that they can see and be a little bit more part of the kids, being stashed away, right? Especially,
Right.
With the internet and social media, and some of those concerns
Yeah.
that parents have. So, so like this one we staged as kind of a games room.
Yeah.
The kids can be here and the parents are just kind of down the hall, right? So
Right.
it gives them that security and comfort that they're real close. So
Yeah, well, and then keeping in mind flex, you
Right.
could use this as a home office. I mean, it could be the parents' oasis, and you send them into the main
Exactly,
floor.
exactly.
And then you also mentioned previously that you could close this off into a bedroom.
Yep, we have one of the an option, as the floor plan. And again, one of the advantages. I mean, if you're, we have a lot of inventory homes that we build, but we also pre-build from scratch, right?
Right.
So, for example, if somebody comes in here and says, we have 5 kids, we need a 4th bedroom. Maybe you have an elderly parent. There's a lot more people clustering these days.
Right.
And especially, the cultures that we've attracted to Regina with the new Canadians. Many of them have, a kind of a more family look after the elder generation.
Right.
So we actually have another floor plan called the Denali. This one's called the Newcastle. I'm not sure, I don't think I mentioned that. But we have a Denali plan that is actually 5 bedrooms.
Okay.
And it has a main floor bedroom, which can
Okay.
be used as another master.
Yeah.
And then right across the hall, we have a full bathroom with a step-in shower.
Oh, nice.
Right. So if there's any mobility issues,
Yeah.
because that's been a challenge, right? You build all these 2 stories, and then grandma and grandpa live with you, and they just can't negotiate those stairs.
Right.
So we've come up with a plan there that's been very, very popular with large families and our new Canadian customers.
Yeah. No, that's a great idea,
Yeah.
actually, and
It's
rare.
worked
I
really-
haven't seen very
It
many
is
of
it's very
those.
unique.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very.
and actually we're right now we have I think 3 of them being built in different areas of town.
That's great. And so, was that something that you guys came up with here locally, or was that something from head
No,
office?
that
or
was us
together?
trying to serve the market, right? And,
Yeah.
and again, we get you try to listen to your customers as
Yeah.
much as you can. Sometimes their needs are change, and again, when we're still new, as a city with immigration and the different cultures, right? And that's in the last 10, 15 years, we've obviously become very, very diversified.
Yes.
And who we've attracted, and that's been driving our growth, right? So it's a great thing, but as a builder, sometimes you're challenged with understanding those other cultures, right?
sure.
And what do you do different, to match their lifestyle and their culture that is different than what historically we've done, right? So that's a specific example of something that we've planned and catered to a need in the market with that customer. So.
That's great. I really love that you guys are really adapting to meet your clients' needs. And I mean, obviously, there's always that challenge too in price point.
Right.
And so I know that you guys do a lot of townhouse style properties as well.
Yeah, like in Regina, and again, it's you know, we're growing up as a city. You know, we talk about all the culture that that we have and all the amenity, and but as a builder, you know, like if you're doing 100 homes a year. Our market's still small enough that to be able to have an operation like that, you really need to cater to really all the new home markets, right?
Yes.
So we have all the way from $280,000 townhomes that, again, a lot of first-time home buyers, attracted to single parents, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And again, that's being responsive to the market. There's a lot of split families, right?
Yes.
And so if they're living in a $600,000 home and then they split, they're going to end up in $300,000 units, right?
Yeah.
So we're trying to cater to that. So we go all the way from the townhomes here, and we have townhomes in Westera, in Harbor Landing, and also just within this fall here, we're doing it in Eastbrook as well. So we kind of go all the way from that starter $280,000 townhome, all the way up to homes like this, which would be more in the $500,000-$600,000 range, and kind of everything in between. So
I love that. So then you can really get the buyers right from when they get into the market up until like their last home, essentially, and just be their builder throughout their entire lives,
so,
really.
I mean, we've only been here 7 years, but we're already seeing people come back the second time, right?
Yeah.
And it's great to see that people trust you with that first decision,
Right.
and that you serve them well, and they're happy, and they're referring friends and family. But it's really cool when they buy their second home
Yeah.
from you, right? There's no better endorsement
Right.
as a home builder as that. So that's a great compliment.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Probably one of the largest lot inventories.
Okay.
Again, and that's a testament to Qualico and the commitment to our marketplace, right? Because right now things are tougher in our industry, right? I mean, there's no getting around that. It's a fantastic opportunity for people to buy new homes. To be competitive with what's going on there, right? We've had to make things more attractive price-wise. So it's a fantastic opportunity. But Qualico, we're here for the long term. We've invested, Qualico's invested millions of dollars in our operation and buying land. So like right now, we probably have 150, 200 units worth of land. So that will be good for the next 2-3 years. So they've really made an investment, and again, we're going to develop wherever we can and wherever the opportunities are within Regina. So hopefully, again, if people have a certain area, and we're even looking at doing things out in Pilot Butte and some of the bedroom communities.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, there's lots of options for people. No matter what their price range is, and no matter what area of the city is their favorite.
Well, it's always so exciting to see all of the development in Regina and to get some perspective on it. So we will catch up a little bit more in a bit, but we're going to go and check on the chefs downstairs and see how the food's coming along. What a lovely home. And now we're back in the kitchen to finish preparing this dish. So I have Louise here that's going to prepare everything and plate it for us. All right, so what do we have?
First, we have the sauce ready, the almond cashew sauce. We just dab a little bit on the plate, make it look all nice.
Perfect. Smells delicious.
So the filling is pine nuts, sauteed mushrooms, and a little bit of vegetables to just give the flavor.
Oh, good. This looks great. And I have so many garnishes here.
We grow some sprouts in our garden, as well as we get some from our local growers.
And what are the growers local to Regina or local to
Yes.
Saskatchewan? Okay.
Local to Regina. We get as close to Regina as possible.
Oh, good.
And just some carrots and radishes to make it look all nice.
Now Milton calls this the drama, right?
Everybody needs some job in life, right? And we have some chai flowers, which we got from our own garden.
Now, are those edible?
Yes, they are.
You would eat that, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
And just some flower petals to make it all nice and fancy.
oh my gosh, this is just so beautiful. This in itself is artwork.
Yes.
And what are these?
This is called
Watermelon radish.
radish.
Oh, lovely.
Now just a little bit of truffle oil. Can you smell it?
I actually can. It's pretty strong.
And we're all done.
We're all done. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, that was easy. Easy peasy. Well, I can't wait to dig in. Thank you guys so much for being here with us and showing us your recipe. I really appreciate that. Oh, no, we forgot some stuff.
Some vegetables. So we put the same vegetables that are actually in the pasta itself.
Okay.
Some sautéed mushrooms, roasted cauliflower. Make it a complete dish, and they add to the textures as well, as much as the flavors.
Oh, perfect. All right, so thank you guys so much for being here today. Really appreciate you guys showing us how to cook this dish. And so make sure you guys go and check out their restaurant at the Science Center, Skye Cafe. So before we dig into our meals prepared by Skye Cafe, we're going to chat a little bit more with Dave about the development in general and what's happening with new homes in Regina's market. So now we're in Eastbrook right now, right?
Yeah, I mean, Eastbrook is a fantastic neighborhood. It's developed by Dream. So again, Dream has a long history within Regina for the last 60 years or so. And they've developed other neighborhoods like Harbor Landing and Lake Ridge, also Wascana View, Varsity Park. So it goes back many, many years. And the one thing you can always tell with a Dream neighborhood is the investment that they make, especially their green spaces.
And now you would mention that there are strong architectural controls in this neighborhood, correct?
Very much, yeah. Eastbrook is, and again, Dream is taking, Dream develops, in Ontario, they develop in Alberta, and here in Regina and Saskatoon, and they're trying to take some of their best practices, for the last 40, 50 years, and incorporate those into Eastbrook. And again, what we're seeing is walkable neighborhoods. There'll be some actual local commercial in Eastbrook as well. So that's going to complement what's going on right now in Acre 21 in the Greens. There's a Save On Foods over there. There's McDonald's, Dairy Queen, Co-op Gas Bar, right? So it's, and I think eventually you're going to see, a few restaurants there, right? So, like that type of development has really changed over the years. I mean, I've been around the business for, a few years, one or two, but you used to see like developments like Wascana View. People used to say, I don't want to be near commercial.
Right.
Like it was like, okay, I want to be away from all that stuff. And it's actually done, really a complete 180 is, people want to be able to walk to Save On Foods to get their groceries. They want to be able to go to the local coffee shop, right? Go to that restaurant, be able to go for a walk, not have to worry about getting, driving to and from.
Right.
The restaurant, you go out on a Friday night or you go for your anniversary, right? You have a couple glasses of wine. It's just nice to be able to just walk home.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we're finding that, what was attractive today is totally opposite of what was attractive. And that's really driving a lot of the people that have, nice homes, but they want the amenities closer, right? So we're seeing a lot of people even that have beautiful homes in Wascana View and the rest of Southeast, they want to be closer to the amenities. So that's, helping drive development here. So.
Yeah, that's great. And I wonder if a lot of that has to do too with just how much Regina has expanded. So it used to be maybe like a 2 or 3 minute drive to your grocery store.
Right.
Well, now it's like 20 minutes. So it's nice to have kind of that little micro neighborhood where you've got everything you need right there.
Yeah, no, again, people used to say, oh, geez, you had the people that said, I want to be, real close to Costco. And then you had the people that said, I want to be as far from Costco as I can.
Right.
But you're right, as the city's expanded, people's interpretation of that has changed a bit. And I think, again, just everybody's looking for convenience.
Yes,
Yeah.
convenience is huge right now too. And I think even too how the developer builds that, the commercial space and the flow of traffic. And I think that all really affects it too. So you're not jammed up all of
Right.
the time trying to get in and
Yeah,
out.
and actually in Eastbrook, part of the plan is to have actually a plaza, so to speak. So it's kind of like Scar Street Mall.
Right.
Yeah, so there'll be like, and again, paving stones and street level offices and stores
Yeah.
with actually like a mixed use, sort of thing that you see stores on the main level and then actually residential above. So that's, probably they're just starting to look at leasing that.
Yeah.
And that's just going to be north here of where we're located right now. So
Okay.
you'll probably see that within the next 2-3 years. So
That's great.
that's exciting as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're also focusing a lot on art, right? And kind of bringing, kind of that cathedral vibe out here.
Yes. Yeah. They've. We actually had a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago, they just announced that they're partnering
Yeah.
with the arts community to try to bring some pieces, that normally you would see in Wascana Park or downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to bring that actually right into the neighborhood. So
I really love that. I love kind
Yeah.
of bringing that urban vibe out into the suburbs. So
yeah, like Regina's really growing up.
Yeah, it
like
is.
culturally.
yeah,
And we've had a ton of growth over the last 15 years. And, it used to be when you said you were, living in Regina, people used to say, oh, like, how come?
right. Why?
Right? Why? Like, why are you still there? Right? But now it's like, Regina's been, Saskatchewan's been on the map. We've had
Yeah.
great economic growth. And people don't ask you that anymore. Like, I've spent the majority of my life and career in Regina. I used to field those questions.
Yeah.
And now it's like, they see the quality of life we have, they see the combination, the stuff going on. The new stadium, is incredible,
Yeah.
right? And that's kind of a reflection of what's going on in our community. So
Yeah, for sure. I love all of that. Like, I
Yeah.
love how much Regina has really, like you said, grown up. And
yeah, and to be able to have restaurants and things like this is like 15 years ago, you wouldn't have saw this.
Exactly.
Right? This is amazing. So,
yeah. I mean, I guess that just kind of brings us back together why we're doing this show, right? Just to be able
highlight
to talk about
those things.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, well, thank you so much for being here and giving us some insight into the builders market and what's happening and showing
Yeah.
us around the home.
I really appreciate being part of it.
Of course, yeah. And thanks again to Milton and Louise from Skye Cafe. You guys will have to make sure you go and check out their restaurant and try some of this delicious ravioli for yourself. So thanks for watching Chefs and Showhomes again, and we'll catch you next time. All right, let's dig in.
All right. Awesome.